StarLog is back.
Let's go, StarLog!
Let's go! I don't know what episode it is.
Berkan, I'm so excited.
I'm so nervous.
Dude, I've been preparing a surprise for you like all week, and I'm so ready for you to finally see it.
I'm so confused.
I've been like telling him, I'm like, listen, I have an idea for our next episode. I can't tell you what it is just yet. You're gonna have to wait and see.
I'm so confused.
Do you have any guesses?
Does it involve pineapples?
No.
Then no, I have no
It involves
guesses.
this poster board in front of you, obviously.
I guess that would make sense.
Right.
I thought it involved pineapples.
So you have no idea what could possibly be going on right now?
None at all.
Okay. Do you want... Should I just...
I think you should just do it. Let's just do it.
Okay. So, Berkan, I have been your friend for a very long time now.
Yes, since 2008?
Something like that.
Yeah, 2008, 4th grade. 2007, really, we met.
How well do you think I know you?
I would hope pretty well.
Okay. How well do you think you know yourself?
Not that well.
Okay, well, we're going to test your own knowledge of yourself today, Berkan.
Oh, we're playing Berkan?
I have made you a bracket of all of your favorite things in the universe. And you are going to have to decide what,
Dear Lord!
what your favorite thing is, Berkan.
Oh my
So we have
gosh.
a tournament-style bracket here. We have 16 of Berkan's favorite things.
Is that Andrew Garfield?
We have Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man.
Dear Lord!
Now, I couldn't pick like just any Spider-Man, and I couldn't pick all the Spider-Man because this has to be competitive.
Oh
so I
my
picked
goodness.
specifically Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man.
Okay.
Next up, we have Percy Jackson.
Wait. Disney Plus Percy Jackson or just Percy Jackson?
Percy Jackson as a concept.
Dear Lord, okay.
You are going to... And this is just the first round. I will get into the rest of the rounds before we actually begin.
I'm so scared.
But you're going to have to choose between Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man and Percy Jackson as a concept.
What?
Next up, we have the Disney parks and the Universal parks.
No!
Now, Berkan, you
No!
are a huge
Stop it!
park fan.
No!
You are going to have to choose...
I'm sweating. My pits are immediately sweating.
You are going to have to choose your favorite of the park.
This is outrageous. This is unfair.
Berkan, I know that you're upset, but hear me out. We have a whole episode to get through, and I put a lot of time and effort into this. So please, for my sake, please consider killing Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man for me.
Consider killing it?
I mean, you're gonna have to eliminate one of these things in order to proceed to the next round.
Well, yeah, but like, why do I have to knock out Andrew Garfield?
Not everything can be your favorite thing, dude.
Well, yeah, but if we're okay, am I going right into this?
You're gonna have to consider getting rid of Spider-Man. You're gonna have to consider getting rid of Percy Jackson. You're gonna have to consider getting rid of the Disney parks, the Universal parks. Next up on our list, we have foods. We have hibachi versus cheese pizza.
Dear Lord.
Now, Berkan, I know that your favorite food is hibachi, but I have seen you eat cheese pizza more than anything else. I constantly make fun of you. I feel like I have to take you to Chuck E. Cheese every time we go to dinner, dude.
Oh, wait. Why haven't you ever taken me to Chuck E. Cheese?
Do I have to explain myself? There's so much better pizza out there.
Well, you just used it as an example, and it's never happened, so I feel like you should take me to Chuck E. Cheese.
Well, maybe if Chuck E. Cheese is your favorite thing, we'll go to... If cheese pizza is your favorite thing, we'll go to Chuck E. Cheese.
I propose that you take me to Chuck E. Cheese anyway.
Okay. We'll do that.
Yes.
Okay. Next up, we have backwards caps. Now, you had no idea this was happening. You were wearing a backwards cap right now.
Yes.
Now, I like to think that this is proof that I know you pretty well.
You're doing
I
pretty well.
may know you better than you know
yourself. The next one's actually impressive.
And then the last one, your collections. Now look around you right now. You have a lot of signatures. You have a lot of autographs. You have a lot of Funko Pops. You have told me about how much you love collecting cards of all sorts. Not just baseball cards or sports cards, but like you even have a Willem Dafoe. I didn't know they had cards for actors.
The thing that is really funny is on your poster board, you have a picture of a signed Ahsoka Pop, and I literally, before we started filming, went up to you with my signed Ashley Eckstein Funko Pop, and I was like, look what I just got.
Dude, the restraint I had to exercise to not be like, I know your soul. Like, I can peer into the depths of your heart.
Okay.
Like, I know you so well, dude.
Oh,
okay.
Dear Lord. Okay.
Next up, we have Clone Wars, animated Star Wars: The Clone Wars versus Harry Potter.
Oh gosh. Okay.
I know that this is one of your
Star Wars is the next one is going.
Star Wars is your favorite franchise. This is one of your favorite Star Wars
projects.
projects.
I really don't like where the next one is going.
And you have been a Harry Potter fan for a long, long time. Next up, your sports teams. We have the Mavs, the Dallas Mavericks versus versus the Dallas Cowboys. You're going to have to choose between your hometown's basketball team and their football team.
Okay.
Now, you are a content creator for the Dallas Mavericks. However, we are a Texas city, and Texans are known for football. So that, I imagine, is also going to be a hard bracket. Next up, we have your favorite Pixar movie versus your favorite TV show. Toy Story versus Game of Thrones. Now, this one, me and Allison, your wife Allison, actually did a fantasy bracket for you. This one was probably the toughest matchup that we did, and I think we disagreed. So we are very excited to see.
Is no one going to talk about the fact that I'm wearing a Toy Story shirt?
I actually didn't even see that. Dude, how many times do I have to tell you? I know you, Berkan. I don't...
It's ridiculous.
I don't think anyone could know anyone better than as well as I know you.
I'm sweaty.
And then finally, I mean, this one's sort of a gimme. Like, this one's pretty generic. We have video games versus content creation. Now, you like playing video games, you like making content, obviously. This one's a little less personal,
wait,
but...
is it content creation or is it TikTok specific?
Content creation.
Okay.
So, Instagram, Reels, YouTube, et cetera,
Okay.
et cetera. Okay. So, that is the bracket in its entirety. Are you ready to delve into this?
Yes.
Where do you want to start? Which bracket do you want to start
left to right.
Okay, top left to the right.
We're just
okay.
gonna go left
so
to right.
We'll start with a tough one. We'll start with Andrew
Knock it
Garfield
out.
Spider-Man versus Percy Jackson. What are your immediate thoughts at this bracket?
I love the Percy Jackson books with all my heart.
Right.
I love them with all my heart.
Mm-hmm.
I don't love the movie. The movie I think is actually better than people think.
Mm-hmm.
Don't love the movie all that much. And I'm not all that hyped for the Disney Plus series at the moment. I think it could have been better.
Right.
I love the Spider-Man comics. I love the Spider-Man video games. I love all three Spider-Man. I love Spider-Man animated TV shows. Michael, I'm literally wearing a Spider-Man hat.
I believe it. That doesn't even surprise me a little bit.
Spider-Man wins. Andrew Garfield specifically still beats Percy Jackson. That was tough. I did consider killing Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man over Percy Jackson in general, but Spider-Man wins.
Now, that actually doesn't surprise me at all. I actually had to nerf the Spider-Man choice for you and pick, instead of Percy Jackson as a concept versus Spider-Man as a concept, I had to pick specifically Andrew Garfield Spider-Man because I thought it'd be way too easy if it was Spider-Man as a concept, and even being nerfed, one actor's Spider-Man beats all of Percy Jackson as a concept.
Yeah.
Now that's crazy. I'm actually going to kill Percy Jackson in front of you. This is what you're
Please
doing.
don't.
I am. Look.
No.
Look at the. Dead.
Pain.
Percy Jackson gone. Eliminated.
This next one is mean. This next one is really mean.
You did this to yourself, Berkan.
You did this to me!
You have too many interests.
I didn't wake up and go, I'm gonna kill my favorite things today. You did this to me! You did!
I'm Jigsaw, and you ended up in my puzzle for a reason.
I'm already kind of regretting my Spider-Man decision, too.
Well, it's too
all
late
right.
to go
I've
back.
committed.
It's marked
I've
off.
committed.
Spider-Man has moved up the bracket.
I've committed.
Next
Okay.
up, we have Disney Parks versus Universal Parks. Now, what rides are going through your head? Which location? Notice I didn't say Florida versus California.
I know.
I just said Disney Parks versus Universal Parks. So what rides or locations are coming to your head?
Universal Studios Orlando is immediately coming to my head. It's Orlando versus Orlando.
Right.
Essentially.
Disney World versus Universal Studios Orlando.
Disney World versus Universal
The
Studios
Universal
Orlando.
tour in California is not weighing on your mind at all?
Well, here's the thing. I grew up going to Universal Studios Florida. I didn't start going to Universal's Hollywood until really, honestly, recently.
Okay.
But I have a...
Now, we've done Halloween Horror Nights.
Done Halloween Horror Nights.
At Universal Hollywood.
Okay. I have precious memories at Universal Studios. I have memories with you. I have memories with our other really close friend, Nick. Universal is one of the first brands that I've ever actually, worked with. I have a lot of love for Universal, but there's something very special about being at Disney World with my family, and as a content creator, I tend to make more content about Disney World than I do Universal Studios. I'm gonna pick Disney.
I can't believe this.
I can't believe it either.
Actually, I can totally believe this. I did this for my fantasy bracket.
Oh my
So,
God.
there goes Universal. Dead. Boom. Gone. You can never go again. It's done.
My gosh.
And I'm moving Disney up the bracket.
All right, move it up to that. bracket.
Oh, I didn't do enough Velcros. I miscalculated. So Disney's going to stay right there for now.
Okay.
Damn, after all this.
Hibachi versus pizza.
That's right. The food one, hibachi versus cheese pizza. Now, I know that on your best of days...
Cheese pizza.
Immediately,
cheese pizza.
Wow. What makes you say that?
Michael, I once went to Italy and I had cheese pizza for breakfast, lunch, and dinner every single day.
Yeah,
while in Italy.
We also went to Istanbul and you picked the closest thing to cheese pizza for lunch like every day.
I have whole philosophies about pizza in general. And
Right.
every great pizza place you find, what's my number one rule, Michael?
The pizza's as good as their cheese pizza.
The pizza is only as good as its cheese pizza. If they have a killer cheese pizza, it's only up from there. But if their cheese pizza sucks, everything else sucks.
Now, this is actually a disappointment. This is actually me
sorry.
and Allison in our fantasy brackets both picked
It's an
hibachi
upset.
for this.
You gotta love an upset. I'm sorry.
Boom, gone. The amount of times we've been to hibachi for your birthday, that's crazy.
I know, but we're talking about something I go like every once in a while to something I probably would eat every day for the rest of my life.
Okay. Speaking of which, we're now into the backwards caps versus the collections bracket. Now, you just mentioned something you'd eat every day versus something on special occasions. You wear a backwards cap almost every day. Okay. However, your collections are very special and you get them on special occasions. Is this another instance where, and I'm not trying to put anything into your head, just simply putting the question out there. Which is more important, frequency or quality?
Okay.
Or quantity even.
Okay.
Because you do have a lot of collections.
It's situational, right?
Mm-hmm.
The hats, I wear hats very frequently. I wear hats almost every day. You're right. Mm-hmm. Every day. Actually, I do wear hats.
And specifically, backwards.
I do wear my hats backwards. I even I flipped it and then I put it right back to backwards.
You flipped it to show me the Spider-Man thing and then you just flipped it back.
Right back.
Yeah.
I do love my Funko Pop collection. Is this Funko specific or it's all my collection?
It's all your collections.
Oh,
it's your autograph collections.
I love collecting so much. Okay, here's the thing.
Okay, here's my question. Would you rather get rid of all your hats, never wear a backwards hat
again? That's what I was about to get to.
Or
Okay. I have pretty dang good hair.
Okay.
I could live without hats, I think.
That's true.
So
It is funny with someone who has as good hair as you do.
I'm just lazy.
For you to cover it up.
I'm just lazy. Listen, Michael, if I didn't wear hats and I let my hair free flow all the time, the power I would hold is just too much.
Oh, you're nerfing yourself.
I'm nerfing myself.
That's so generous of you to
you know
bring
what?
yourself down to human levels for the rest of us.
If I have to, if you're jigsawing me and I gotta be selfish, I guess you guys are just gonna have to let me be powerful.
Okay, well there goes backwards hats then, I guess.
I know. I'm sorry, hats.
You're just gonna have to show us your beautiful hair every day. All right. Well, that actually gives us the left bracket. Now, I moved Spider-Man back just to match with the whole Velcro situation here, and we can move the winner up in the next round. We'll go to the right first. But so on the left, we have Spider-Man, Disney Parks, Cheese Pizza, and your collections.
Yes.
Let's move over to the right side.
Okay.
We got one of your favorite TV shows from your favorite franchise, Star Wars: The Clone Wars, versus one of your favorite franchise characters, Harry Potter. Now, growing up in middle school, elementary school, maybe even high school, you were a big Potterhead. You were a proud Gryffindor. You had lots of merch. You knew all the spells, etc. However, you've often told me that as you've grown up, as you've aged, Star Wars has become more and more your favorite franchise. And what is Star Wars: The Clone Wars your favorite project from the Star Wars universe?
No.
What is it? Is it Revenge of the Sith? Okay. No. Now, maybe this wouldn't have been a fair matchup if I had picked Revenge of the Sith, but compared Star Wars: The Clone Wars to Harry Potter, which is your favorite?
It's actually closer than you think.
I think it's pretty close, so I made this matchup to be close and to be hard, so for it to be even closer than I think, it's got to be pretty darn close. Berkan, I know this is a tough decision, but the world is waiting for your answer. You have to pick your favorite thing. Walk me through your thought process. What are you comparing right now?
Am I loyal or am I not?
So, okay, let's think about...
Okay. I love Star Wars: The Clone Wars.
Okay.
My second favorite Star Wars project, period.
And here's the thing. Would your favorite Star Wars project be as good without this setup?
It was my favorite before Clone Wars. Wars.
Okay, but
Clone Wars enhances it heavily. Yes, you are correct.
So your favorite
correct.
Star Wars project would actually be diminished by removing Star Wars: The Clone Wars.
But it'd still be my favorite.
Still. Now, Harry Potter, they have books, they have movies, they have spin-off movies, they have musicals. What are you comparing?
It's actually a Broadway show. That originally was 2 parts, but now they condensed it to 1, and it's like 3.5 hours long. I saw it for the first time, actually, back in April. Great technical effects.
They have Potter Puppet Pals for those...
Snape. Sever. It's Harry Potter. It's Harry Potter.
Did I sway your decision?
No, you didn't. And listen, you're right. Star Wars has become my favorite franchise. Harry Potter used to be my favorite, but it's slowly going down. There is a level of deep-rooted love for Harry Potter, that world, those books. Mm-hmm. Those are my most revisited books. Arguably one of my most revisited movies of all time. Despite how much more I love Star Wars, there's nothing out there I've seen more than Harry Potter. And the summers I used to spend in Turkey used to just be Harry Potter marathons all day long. It's Harry Potter. The love is too rude. The love is too rich.
That's fair. If I had said Revenge of the Sith, or if I had said Star Wars as a whole.
If you said Star Wars as a whole, I would have said Star Wars.
If I
said Revenge of the Sith?
Mm-hmm. One project versus a whole franchise.
I would probably pick Harry Potter.
Okay.
But I do want to say Revenge of the Sith is still my favorite movie of all time.
Makes sense. All right, well, there goes Star Wars: The Clone Wars.
I'm sorry. Ooh.
Moving on. We have your 2 favorite sports teams.
Now, I feel like you guys thought this was going to be a lot harder for me than it actually is.
Me and Allison know which one is going to win.
There is no chance I would ever pick the Cowboys over the Dallas Mavericks. I can't even entertain that.
We're aware.
Yeah.
So we'll just keep on moving.
Up there.
I was hoping it would at least give you some moment of hesitation to be, am I willing to kill the Cowboys this easily?
The Cowboys have killed me every single year for the past 26 years of my life.
All right, so there's your revenge right there. That's your revenge. Boom. All right. When is the Super Bowl? How about it, huh? Okay. This one might be one of the tougher ones. We have your favorite Pixar movie, Toy Story, versus your favorite TV show, Game of Thrones. Now, these are 2 very different genres. A children's animated movie from decades ago versus a pretty recent, very relevant, because we got House of the Dragon going on, TV show that is also based on a novel series. It's fantasy, and it's very adult. It has incest. It has other sorts of sex scenes. It has very graphic violence. It has lots of mature content in there. Compared to Toy Story, literally a movie about a children's toys who come to life. Now, that being said, Toy Story has so much nostalgia for you. What are your thoughts? Which of these attributes weighs more heavily on your mind?
Toy Story is incredibly nostalgic for me. Mm-hmm. Still one of my favorite Pixar films of all time, but it's not my favorite Pixar movie.
The Incredibles?
No. Monsters, Inc. is my favorite Pixar movie. I know my wife somewhere out there is saying that's just not true, but I've told her the last 20 times Monsters, Inc. is my favorite.
So Toy Story is your favorite Pixar series?
Is my favorite Pixar franchise. Woody and Buzz are some of my favorite characters probably ever.
Then let's do Toy Story as a franchise then, because I didn't necessarily say Toy Story 1.
That's true.
Toy Story as a franchise versus Game of Thrones as a franchise.
That's still so hard. Mm-hmm. I'm wearing a Toy Story shirt.
So what weighs more to you?
Okay.
Does the nostalgia factor...
Toy Story not being my favorite movie... Because we just said Revenge of the Sith is my favorite movie, right? Uh-huh. Favorite movie is Revenge of the Sith. Toy Story is not my favorite movie. Game of Thrones is my favorite TV show.
But are movies more important to you than TV shows?
Yes, 1,000%.
And the fact that Toy Story has been around for so much longer than Game of Thrones.
I'm going to go Toy Story.
Okay. Now
It's really hard.
What made you decide Toy Story?
We're talking about just an entire lifetime of love.
So it is the nostalgia factor.
But it's like Toy Story never dipped for me. Like, okay, Harry Potter went down.
Right.
Toy Story, the love always stayed the same. Like, I will have the same love for Toy Story now as I did as a 5-year-old. Mm-hmm. So
goodbye Game of Thrones.
Goodbye Game of Thrones.
which is kind of fitting because Game of Thrones...
They kill people off all
exactly.
the time. I'm killing Game of Thrones off. It's my turn.
Killing characters off is no stranger to Game of Thrones.
It's revenge for the last season, which actually also wasn't that bad, but...
that might be a conversation for another episode. Okay, finally, on the last of the first brackets, we have video games versus content creation.
Yes, okay. I love video games. Loved it my entire life. But there's one thing I've done every single day for the last 3 years. And that's been creating content.
Gotcha.
So I cannot... It has to be content creation. And the memories it's giving me, I've been very blessed and grateful for the doors content creation has opened up for me.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
So, I mean, we talked about my love for Disney. I'm going to D23, an event I've dreamed of my entire life. I'm going as a content creator, as an invited content that never would have happened.
Right.
Without content creation.
I mean, not to mention, companies giving you're getting sneak peeks to all sorts of things. You're getting all sorts of products, like all sorts of Star Wars products.
That's cool. The amount of Star Wars, advert promotions I've done has been absolutely insane.
Yeah.
But you and I got to go to Halloween Horror Nights. That was a thing because of content creation. I mean, it's provided me too many memories.
Right. What is your favorite video game? For curiosity's sake.
Okay, the Spider-Man games are my favorite.
Okay.
The first Spider-Man game on the PS4 is the only game I've ever replayed multiple times. The only one, I beat it multiple times.
Okay.
And I 100%ed it both times I beat it. I think I actually played it a third time through as well. But I play sport video games the most consistently.
Like Madden, like
2K, Madden, FIFA, College Football 25.
Gotcha.
So that's
as
my
a
favorite
genre
in video games, but my favorite video game is Spider-Man on the PS4.
Well, good to know for my next bracket. All right. Well, that is the last of our first tier matchups. Berkan, how do you feel?
I feel like I'm about to break my own heart.
You've betrayed so many of your favorite things.
I know what's coming.
But now we have to move on.
Yes.
Now we have to match up another level of your more favorite things. So going back to the left-hand side here, we now have to decide between Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man and the Disney parks. The Disney World, including Magic Kingdom, Animal Kingdom, MGM Studios.
It's actually Hollywood Studios.
Hollywood Studios.
I never got to go to MGM Studios.
Not to mention, Disneyland. We got 2 parks on 2 different sides of the country, and not to mention all the international. Haven't you been to the international parks too?
Hong Kong and Paris. Still working on Shanghai and Tokyo if my wife will ever take me.
So we have to compare all of these Disney parks, the immersive experience in person, to this
just Andrew Garfield.
Andrew Garfield Spider-Man. Now I'm not trying to sway your decision. However, you are a huge Spider-Man person, so I guess I'm trying to point out to you that maybe the playing field's a little more level than you think.
I'm so sorry, Andrew. I'm picking Disney.
I'm hearing the Game of Thrones theme going on right now. We're killing off a main character. This is Ned Stark being decapitated.
Dear Lord.
I'm
so sad. I'm sorry, Andrew. Please forgive me.
There he goes.
Please forgive. Oh,
to the depths.
Throw him like that.
To Davy Jones' locker. And now we get to move up the Disney parks. Look at that.
Oh, look at that.
That much closer. Moving down. You don't even want to give it a minute?
Pizza.
Compared to all...
Pizza.
It was so hard for you to choose between your collections and backwards caps. Something you wear every day.
Michael, the doctors have told me that I may have to give up pizza, and I straight up told them that's not going to happen.
Insane the lack of thought on this one. All right, well, there goes all of your collections. All your Funko Pops, all your autographs, all your cards. Boom, gone. And your future collections, you can no longer collect anything, but...
Hello, Allison.
But you can still eat your cheese pizza.
Oh.
So there you go. All right.
The pizza will heal my heartache.
That was we went through the left side so much faster. Now we're back to the right side here. We have Harry Potter as a franchise versus the Dallas Mavericks.
Dallas Mavericks.
Again, such little thought going into this. What is it? How did you make your decision?
I would...
Well, how did you rip off the Band-Aid so fast? How did you make this decision?
Okay, it's funny you asked me this. I tweeted Okay, we can time check this. I tweeted today. I wonder how much time I've accumulated over the years watching the Mavericks and thinking about the Dallas Mavericks. I wonder how much of my life that's taken up.
And what is your conclusion on that?
It's too difficult to calculate.
The number is too high.
I could probably calculate Harry Potter.
Right.
I probably could if I really tried. I don't think I can calculate the Dallas Mavericks. There's very little in this world.
Well, Berkan, I'm glad it was easy for you.
It's gonna get harder.
I'm glad it was easy for you to make that decision. Because it's not going to be your last one.
Dear Lord.
And I'll move up the Dallas Mavericks there. Now we're comparing Toy Story, your favorite Pixar franchise, to something you have said you do every day, and it's giving you lots of perks. We're comparing Toy Story to content creation. Which of these do you enjoy more? Which of these is your favorite? Which of these could you not live without? Now, these are very different categories. One of these is just a franchise. It's a form of entertainment that you watch. One of these is something that you actively participate in and you get rewards from. So, do you enjoy being entertained or being the entertainer? Obviously, you enjoy both. But which of these do you enjoy more? Which of these could you not be?
I think... I think I'm a content creator through and through, Michael.
Allison has a question. Yes, Allison?
I would just like to point out that if you get rid of Toy Story, that means that our future kids will never get to watch Toy Story with you.
But think about the things we can do with our future kids with content creation.
Looks like you're never going to watch Toy Story with your children, Berkan.
Sucks for them.
Boom. There goes your childhood right there. You said all that nostalgia, all that time you spent being a fan of that franchise, gone. In favor of a Chinese spyware.
Hey, you said it wasn't TikTok. You said it's content creation in general.
Yeah, I know.
Now, I would like to say, if this was just TikTok, it would not have made it out of the first round.
That's true. Instead, we're choosing an activity, not just an app. We're choosing you actually actively making content. We are now in the semi-finals, Berkan. There are four things left. All right? We have Disney Parks, Cheese Pizza, the Dallas Mavericks, and content creation. These are the last 4 items in competition for your favorite thing.
This is ridiculous. Okay.
Okay? First round of the semifinals, we have the Disney Parks versus Cheese Pizza. Is this as easy a decision as it was last round? Last round, you easily picked Cheese Pizza over all of your collections. You also easily picked Cheese Pizza over Hibachi. Now, compared to the Disney Parks, you're not so sure. What's going through your head, bud?
That when I'm at the Disney Parks, I usually have pizza at least a couple times.
But maybe the churros, you know?
The churros.
Maybe some cotton candy.
Okay.
Because they're not just any churros, they're the Disney churros.
Don't you dare do this to me, Michael. Don't you dare bring the churros
We're
into this.
we're deep in there, buddy. I'm doing this to you. The clock is ticking, Berkan. We need to know which of these is your favorite. What are you thinking? Are you comparing the taste of cheese pizza to the experience of riding your favorite Disney... What is your favorite Disney ride? What is your favorite
Disney?
Disney...
The Galaxy Mission Breakout.
Which is basically the Tower of Terror.
Uh-huh.
Except, you know, they renovated it and made it, you know,
Fine.
21st century. Yeah.
I'm gonna pick pizza.
Wow. You're picking cheese pizza.
I could do pizza
Over all the
every
Disney
day of my life. I cannot do Disney every day of my life.
Oh my gosh. This is breaking my heart, Berkan.
I know.
But not as much as it's probably breaking yours.
It's really breaking my heart.
The Disney parks are gone.
Oh, dear Lord.
But cheese pizza remains.
Cheese pizza remains.
Cheese pizza is going on into the finals. Congratulations, cheese pizza.
Oh my gosh.
Now, this one's probably going to be really tough for you.
This is, especially because I content create with the Mavericks occasionally.
Right. So the second round of the semifinals, we have the Dallas Mavericks versus content creation. And like you said, you have mixed these two items regularly.
You know, when I wanted to first start really diving into social media and becoming a content creator, the first brand I went to, back when I had like nothing. I had no TikTok account, so there was no TikTok following. I had no YouTube following. I had a couple thousand, like 2,000 on Instagram. All I had was my passion for the Mavericks. And I went to the Mavericks and I told them that. And they gave me my first influencer partnership.
Wow.
So really, without the Mavericks, there would be no content creating. And I think I would give up content creating for the Dallas Mavericks.
What a noble sacrifice,
I know.
Berkan. You are giving up something you do every day. Basically, who you've become as a person for your favorite sports team. So now we have our final round. Goodbye, content creation.
Thank goodness you didn't put Allison's face as one of them.
Right, I considered doing your family, but that wouldn't be fair. It wouldn't be fair to match up cheese pizza and your family. Because then you'd have to seriously consider getting rid of your family. Okay, final round, Berkan. Your favorite sports team, the Dallas Mavericks, versus your favorite food, cheese pizza. Now, are you gonna...
Is this how you thought this would go?
It is somewhat close.
Okay.
Now, here's a question, okay? You, in the semifinals, said that you were getting rid of Disney because when you go to Disney, you get cheese pizza at least once. When you go to a Mavericks game, do you get cheese pizza?
Not every time.
Not every time, but...
Majority of the time, yes.
Does that logic still hold? Are you still considering the
Michael,
experience of going to a Dallas Mavericks game without cheese pizza?
Michael, let me tell you something.
Lay it on me.
There's two things I could get rid of cheese pizza for.
Right.
My wife, and the second one. Do you happen to know what MFFL means?
Why don't you tell the audience? Because
Mavs fan for life. Committed. Married. I'm picking the Dallas Mavericks.
Wow.
The Dallas Mavericks are winning a
Goodbye, cheese
championship!
pizza. The Dallas Mavericks are your favorite thing
Screw
of
you,
all
Boston.
time. Wow, that was a tough competition, but finally the Dallas Mavericks have pulled it off.
The Dallas Mavericks did it. You're champions in 2024. Don't let Boston tell you otherwise.
Do you feel proud of yourself? Do you feel exhausted? Do you mourn all the things you've lost?
I am mourning. I'm very sad. But I feel good. It was always going to be the Dallas Mavericks.
Allison, could you hand me our fantasy drafts? Now, Berkan, you might be surprised to see this, but both me and Allison have picked the Dallas Mavericks for your favorite thing.
Put that ring on my finger. Put that ring on my finger, Michael.
So, Berkan, your wife and I actually know you almost as well as you know yourself. Congratulations to the Dallas Mavericks, and thank you everyone for watching Berkan's brackets.
Woo-hoo!
We hope this was as fun for you as it was for us.
Mania.
Well, Berkan, do you have anything to say as we're signing off?
Yeah. Just keep this in mind when I make a bracket for you, Michael.
All right, well, signing off, I'm Percy Jackson.
And I'm Andrew Garfield.
And we'll see you next time.
It still hurts.